What are reactive and proactive playstyles? A reactive playstyle is a playstyle defined by reacting after your opponent's attack. The most obvious example of these are parry, ground, and RTS. But even a reactive wall spawn counts as well. It doesn't actually matter what moves you use, as long as you're moving after your opponent. A common trait of the reactive playstyle is a lot of sprinting. Sprint is a great move. Not only does it make you harder to hit, it also is the most neutral move in the game. When using sprint, you still have access to all of your other abilities without cooldown. Although a reactive playstyle is defined by moving after your opponent, reactive players must predict their opponent proactively. Most successful RTS rely on tells from your opponent's body language. I believe reactive playstyles, or more specifically RTS-heavy playstyles, are inherently inconsistent. In Rumble, we have a system of client and host connection, so one person is always going to be at a connection disadvantage. In a match, this means one person will always be receiving game physics at a slight delay. By exclusively using reactive moves, where success hinges on a small window of opportunity, you make yourself more vulnerable to any changes in the connection. Proactive playstyles is anything involving preemptive structure spawns or delayed attacks. If you're making moves before your opponent, or you're trying to limit their options with pressure of your own, then you are proactive. Ball uppercuts, kick upper kick, wall dashing, holding an explosive object in front of you, or even sending an explode cube down the lane all count as being proactive. A common trait shared by proactive players is a lot of structure spawns. Wall dashing or a preemptive structure spawn is my favorite example of proactive play. Wall dashing is a telegraphed defensive move that you can use in anticipation of an attack. Wall dashing can cover a variety of potential attacks coming from your opponent, and the preemptive wall spawn can be stored for later use as well. Also, a common misconception, the rising spawning wall also blocks structures up to a value of 4. Another example of proactive play is cube spamming. Cube spamming is an extremely effective proactive play because a single explode cube can cover many of the options that your opponent has. At any given moment, your opponent can attack or defend with a variety of different things. But when there's an explode cube between you and your opponent, those options become limited. Good cube spam can allow you to put pressure on your opponent while also keeping yourself safe from potential counterattacks. Ball uppercut and other such delayed attacks are also obvious examples of proactive play. Delayed attacks allow you to cover areas of the map preemptively. If you find moments of free time in a match, it's a good idea to send out delayed attacks. Any player can be both proactive and reactive. You're not locked into one type of playstyle, but most people lean into one more than the other. I personally lean to a more proactive playstyle.